should never gave this dude a mic.
Here we go!
He's killing it. Watch out. He's showing love and he's mad about it. Madluh. That's why we say,
come on, man, you already know.
Madluh.
Wavy seas floating over me, summer breeze feeling me. I think about the times when you said you love me, and all I need, feeling wavy. Think about the time when you were on my mind. You put me in a trance, but I thought about the times when you played wavy lights. Wavy this, wavy that. On my body like a habitat. Make me feel wavy.
So how we start off like that? Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com, home to the unsigned artists. I got the homie JonoJono out of Texas. What up, fam? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to have you on here. Not even gonna lie. So I'm gonna tell you how my day went real quick, okay? Because as soon as we got confirmation, because I had to do that, I went ahead and I said, all right, let me get a little bit familiar. So I'm in the gym, and I don't know if you work out. You know, you kind of got that body swag that you do.
How to slow down just a little bit.
Okay. But I kind of started listening to almost every song that you have online. And okay. I got to say this straight up. Like, this to me, like, if you guys don't understand this is very unorthodox, right? You got a little you got your melody swag, then you got your hardcore swag, then you got your features where you are challenging yourself and your features. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff. People don't understand what I'm saying right now, so I advise them to go ahead and go stream JonoJono. But for me, it's like, what is this thing that you're doing right now? Because it's different for me, and not in a bad way. It's different for me. What is this thing? Because I don't want to categorize this. You know what you're doing.
Yes, I'm just kidding. No. I think that when I first came out with my music, my biggest goal, growing up, was integrating a lot of my inspirations. A lot of the inspirations that I had, especially growing up in music, I started when I was like 6 years old. But it was growing up listening to hardcore music. It was growing up listening to soul music and R&B and jazz and neo soul and grunge music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, of course, the alternative side, the metal side, made me want to play the guitar in the first place. And so I was like, I set myself out into a goal to make a sound that works for me as a soul R&B vocalist, but also a alternative musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I first called it Rock and B when I first put it out. I
Rock
still
and
kind
B.
of still stick
Okay.
with it.
Okay. I got it.
I call it that. And I'm gonna stick with it because nobody has put their paws on that term. I'll hold on to my term.
Yeah.
So I think I'll call it that. Just to answer your question.
So Rock and B recording artist. There you go. Sounds lovely.
It's like, but for like, for everybody else, because everybody loves to categorize things. I would say, I don't even know. Like, I would say, like, I'm like indie rock, in alternative.
Yeah.
R&B
I could say that too. Yeah.
I don't really necessarily know if you want to be politically correct, but my term, it still stays, still at the top of the list.
Yeah, so what's crazy is that I have a feeling, and people don't understand, that me and I know this is the first time we're introduced to each other, but I take this kind of thing serious, right? So, and I when certain artists are coming out with EPs, LPs, albums, whatever, it seems very hard for them to stay with fans, right? And from what I've seen is, like, you have some loyal fans. That's one.
Shout out to the little bees.
The little bees. We're gonna get into that one, right? Because it's lovely. And and then another thing is that it's hard for me to become a fan, and I did. And I'm not saying this because you on the show. I have literally guesstimated. Shout out! Look, I got my man JonoJono in the building. We good. So the thing is like, that's not the intention when you're writing these songs. I see that, I can feel it. Like, you're not going to put something on wax, as the term goes in hip hop, until you feel it, right?
Yeah.
Is that what goes down when you're starting to record?
Well, I mean, cross-referencing from everything that I put out to what I want to put out as an artist in the future, everything that I write, everything that I want to share with people, is things that I feel. Most of the time, because me, like I said, I say this all the time to everybody I meet. Like, I'm an Aquarius, so I really
Aquarius.
Huh?
I'm a Gemini, so it's whatever.
Yeah, see, we're in the same boat. See, I'm gonna do your language like damn near half the time. You're gonna have your own niches, but we'll get to that later. But that's lit though. So you're really gonna understand. So basically, for me, like, communication is a really, really tough thing for me. It's like really hard. Like, when I really want to say what's on my mind, like, it's a really, really hard thing for me. And so communication comes through my music. What I really want to say, what I really feel, like, if I really want to be blunt, that's where I go as an outlet to basically communicate that. So, and sometimes those emotions can either be, happy emotions, or they can be really sad emotions, or very angry emotions. There's this one song I wrote. It's called Grizzly. It's a metal song. It's not out yet, but it's very, very heavy. And it basically talks about those who are always working against my path, working against my journey. And so I call myself a grizzly bear because grizzly bears in, nature, they're like, relentless. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nothing can really stop them. I said stomp, but
but they stomp.
yeah, they stomp too. So hey, you have a back right there. I see you did there. So, but and like when it comes to like even Senses or like Little B or something like that, like those two had completely different emotions. Like Senses came from a place of seeing what's going on in the environment and what's going on like with the Black Lives Matter movement, when it goes on to politics, when it goes on to just being a millennial man, those emotions. And Little B is like about us, where it's like internalized emotion. So I wrote in that node, and I also wrote in a place where somebody who is very much of an introvert, in my opinion, that's kind of like where I was coming from in that aspect. So all songs have a different flavor, basically, is what I'm saying.
And so, I know people are like, but Jono, we're like, some of us just got introduced to you. You talking all these song stuff. But what I'm gonna do right now, before we get into census,
All right.
I want to know, like, you talked about, how you grew up. You were listening to the different music. That's what I'm gonna call it, because at that time, it was not a thing for people of minority groups to go into the what we call the white zone, right? Because I don't want to call it that, because we all got white fans. Shout out to you guys. I love y'all. I even got a Karen. She's watching right now. She's gonna hate me for that. But the thing is like, when doing all that, wasn't there a situation? How was it pushing forward, knowing that when you go to a venue or something like that, people are expecting you to rap, people are expecting you to do something else, and then you hit them over the head with a guitar, literally, and then
literally,
and do all that. How what kind of adventure is that feeling like?
It's fun. I love to surprise people. That's I think that's probably one of my like life stories, is just to surprise people and to, allow people to have their own personal image of who Jono is. But then when they actually understand who I really am, they're like, oh, okay, so this is Jono right here. You know what I mean? But live performance wise, that's my home. So, live performances, when it comes to like performing heavier music, like, I'm having people from all races, connecting with my sound, connecting with my music. And most of it, when I do a live set, it's more so heavier music. And then I kind of splash in like soft sounds, like in the midst of it, just to kind of give them a breather. That's when I'll throw in the wavy and the little bit. And since after I just got finished playing like two heavy, punk or heavy metal songs, like, so I definitely would like to invite you to the show when the COVID stuff calms down.
Listen, man, I'm ready to travel anywhere. Somebody like, yo, we got a VIP for you. Okay, fine. Listen, we got a discount ticket for you. I'm out there, even if it's whatever. Like, I'm ready. Like, I got a whole suitcase right here. Wait.
Okay, bet. All right, cool. So we good there.
Yes,
so,
like, you just let me know when the tour starts, and I'm gonna show up, bro. Like, I'm not even playing. I'm gonna be out there with a T-shirt and everything, because I know you're rocking the merch.
I'm not hearing no cap in your voice, so I'm gonna definitely take your word.
Bro, like, I'm not playing. Listen, all right, so shout out to everybody listening in. If you guys are just tuning in, we got JonoJono, Texas Zone. Where we're at in Texas again?
Houston.
We're in Houston, Texas Zone, right? So, we talked about how, he grew up listening to the different music, and I'm gonna say the different music, because that is very much a whole different kind of community. They think different. They live different. They think they're very what is it like? What was that called? Introverts, where they don't. They're introverting party animals, which makes no sense, right? But it's true.
No, let me speak for the metal.
Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Because I personally say I'm a part of it. Like, I think that everybody who listens to that sound, including myself, we are all introverts. That's one. Two, it's the energy, it's the topics that are being talked about, it's the riffs, it's the ability to let out a lot of those emotions, a lot of those bottled up emotions. Like, if I were to listen to, this is a really bad, well, it's not a bad example, but one of my most influential albums, I would say, is Kill 'Em All by Metallica.
Okay.
So it's their first album. And so, like, literally, I know every single song off that album, like, guitar, words, verbatim, like, period. Like, you can tell me to do a live set, I got you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know about some of my drummer, my
nah, that's too crazy for that. Yeah.
So, but I got you though. But basically, with that album itself, like, just the topic itself. I'm able to, even if I have like a really shitty day or something like that, or I have like a really long day at work or whatever, like I can be able to like hop in the car, just like dive into my earphones and like just headbang it out and like get all of those like tense emotions out of my system. And that's generally what metal has done for about, I would say 90% of the,
the community there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I believe that. Yeah. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to them for real. When I was a kid, I went to the what was it? The emo side for a little bit. Sweet. You know, I was rocking the Jinkos.
The chemical romancing about the situation.
No. A little bit of Third Eye Blind, and then a little bit of the, you know, a little bit more popular. You know.
Yeah, I like them actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Stephen Jenkins, man. He saved my life. But anyways, senses, right? This is what I want. I want people to understand. Like, we're gonna play a video because there's no other way that I could, you know, we could listen to it all day, but the way that this video was done, and it was done by a close friend of yours, right? Cassidy Rosen?
Yeah, Cassidy Boy, and also my little bro, Mark Anthony. Make sure you follow them both. Cassidy Boy, CASSIDY BOI on Instagram, and then my little bro, Mark, MAMB Photography. So make sure you follow them, guys. They're dope, as dope could ever be. Literally can make a whole concept out of like nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
so let me tell you, like, and it takes close people to know exactly what you're really trying to do. And listen, people, we're not even here for these 2 songs. I'm just bringing you up to pace. So I'm bringing you up to pace like real fast, but as fast as we can anyway. This is Senses. The video's out right now on YouTube. It's streaming all over the place. So if you guys like it, go ahead and give it a stream. And I'll be right there with you in a second, all right?
It's the same fucking girl.
Yo, I'm not texting the same.
Stop playing with me.
Stop fucking playing with me, man.
It's the same fucking girl, bro.
What the fuck you talking about?
Who is that?
You gotta chill, bro. It's hard this morning, even though it's in the early afternoon. Thinking that my day will turn out good. Started off with door hedges, not working as it should. I felt like a young kid back up in middle school. Trouble working extra double. The struggles I put up with, I'm wondering when I shouldn't. See these niggas clueless. I mean, really, shit, could I do this? Then I'm wondering why can't I finish up lyrics? Bugs flying around, my head is just ducking, dodging, tripping as I'm spitting. It's good, I'm grinding, that is why I'm chilling it. You like the extra soda to my kidney, shit. Why they just trying to use me? Wonder how this 20 life is. All my smiles, and that is all we used to. But maybe I'll just treat you like Judy and run you over into oblivion. Says it's like a void. Can you understand progress in me? I am a super fan. I bet days are pretty nice, darker every night. LED lights, so I'm straining my eyes. So I'm notified, I'm running dry. Haven't got a call from you, haven't heard it all from you. Seen it all as deja vu. I get tired of feeling lonely. Feels like my life is folding. Somehow I'm blaming it. Your guns do not control me. Couple months and they don't know me. It's all because of you.
like talking about that.
They should never gave this dude a mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out! He's showing love and he's mad about it. Madluh. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Madluh.
So we got some love coming out of, we got Marcus Allen with Sounding Good, Jono, and Brooklyn's own Bossy V with Love in the Video and the Sound. So a lot of people, yeah, they saying this stuff, man. But look, like, let me tell you something, man. This is the thing with me, right? If an artist is able to make me trying to figure out their life, right? Because that's what people are doing when they send a message out, right? Most of the time, maybe, I don't know. What's going on in senses that makes me like, because the way they put that video together and with the concept, I'm like, bro, what's going on with Senses?
Okay. And we're talking about the music video, right?
Yeah. We're talking about the video. I want to know what made you want to write it or put it together, all that stuff, because I got questions that I can't ask because I'm going to sound insensitive. You know, like I was saying behind the scenes, like, is your shorty gone? Like what's going on here? Like,
yeah,
like
shorty,
you got to go fund me? Like
yeah, I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
It was, I think the core point from, making the song Senses, we were just talking about this offline. Basically, it was just a matter of talking about all what is really happening in America right now. And it's all about basically living life as a millennial, a millennial with, color.
Yeah.
And basically from there, when it came down to the video and doing the production, I mean, me and my team, we had like a bunch of ideas. I mean, you could literally talk, you can ask Cassidy, like right now, like we had like so many post-productions for this video because it had so many different moods and nodes, but we really wanted to talk about what the real problem was. And we wanted to basically be very cinematic about our approach, which is generally what we like to do when it comes to a lot of our visuals. So stay tuned for more visuals moving forward. I'm dropping a new single, a new video very soon, so stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah.
And basically, for this song, Shorty, she did die. She died. Wow. And the situation was like this, in a nutshell. So, me and old girl, her name is Keisha, by the way.
Okay, Keisha.
And, hey, Keisha, what's up? Shout out to you, too. And we were fighting. We were getting an argument. And from there, we was at the gas station. And from there, I went inside. I forgot my wallet. And basically, Keisha, she had it. And from there, the guy who had left out, who had bumped into me on the way out when I was on my way in, basically, he was basically up to no good. He was actually somebody that the cops were looking for. But of course, us both being a melanin, the cops mistaken me for that person who they're looking for. So I'm the one who gets stuck up by gunpoint. And from there, Keisha, she was actually already walking her way up to me trying to give me my wallet because she knew I forgot it. So from there, she saw that I was being stuck up. And then from there, she had went to the police officer to basically rectify the situation. Let them know, hey, it's fine, everything's cool, X, Y, and Z. But when she ran towards cops felt threatened and shot her instead rather than me and arrested me. And so that, for those who are listening, know, and I know this has actually happened more than enough.
Yes.
And so that's really why it's dark, but it's just true. And I just feel like a lot of things that we put out, that's just what we want to do. We just want to be very real and be very honest with what it is. So yeah, that's basically the overall topic of summer.
Big shout out to you, the team, but definitely you and whoever acted the part. For people, it is hard to relive situations. What was the strength in that to try to put that together? And definitely, I know there had to be a lot of cuts because it had to make you. It had to make you feel it. Like it felt me like I shitted in my pants. I was gone, bro. Like I was crying. I'm doing sit-ups and crying. Who the fuck does that? But I was in the gym, bro. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. It's fine. You know, you can be emotional in all places and all times. It's like,
Yeah, true story, man. Damn.
Just, you know, when it came down to it, bro, we did so many takes. But we definitely knocked it out, though. You know, Cassidy, boy, he's a very good director, and you know, I always take direction from him, especially on set, very well. You know, when you meet him in the future, you understand he's definitely a character, and he's really about his business and his shit. It inspires me. So, you know, we did lots of takes, and
but the strength behind that, like to relive that, like
it was hard. I can't even lie. It was really hard. It was very hard to act out something that I know has happened to a brother of mine who I may have not met, or who's already gone. You know what I'm saying? Or a sister of mine who I may have not met, or who's already gone. And I have to say it that way because that's factual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I just wanted people to I wanted to spread more awareness on what you know the millennial community is doing at this time. So shout out to the woke, like our woke to it, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're good. It's you could say that here. We are. We with the followings, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we with it. You know it's just. It's 2020 though. Like this shit should have been done. You know, like can I please? Like I still remember. Like, look, not. I don't want people to act like I don't got no damn experience with stuff, and because you know I'm light skinned, but Hispanics go through it too. And my son, my oldest son, is dark skinned because mom Duke's got some skin, and I remember he was like mowing my lawn. And I'm one of those dads that got to go pick up his kid from 7 states away and come over, so my neighbors don't really know them, you know, because they're not here all the time. And he was mowing the lawn, and my neighbor, which I literally worked with the dude, was like, "Yo, who was that hoodlum in your backyard?" And I was like, "That was my fucking son, bro."
Yeah.
Like, and he's a sensitive ass kid. Like, just because he got the hair, the swag, and all that other stuff, like he a whole teddy bear and cries over bitches. Like he, you know, but everybody does that.
This is why, like, just that example alone, and many others, is why we do what we do, and why we're very blunt with our approach when it comes to our visuals. We want people to really understand that this shit is actually happening, and in future ones you'll definitely understand there's always going to be a note of truth in the midst of every visual that we do. So
talk about
that's crazy though. But.
Yeah, it is nuts, man. But you know what, I when he found out it was my son, you know, the apologies came and all that stuff. He didn't call nobody. we wasn't there yet where everybody was calling everybody every 5 minutes, like whatever. But anyway,
bad because it was being racist as shit.
It was. He stupid ass motherfucker. But you know, it's whatever.
What it is.
I can't. You know, you can only forgive so much, right?
Yeah.
You can only forgive so much. But now we go into this other thing, right? This is literally, I believe, and as we spoke in the songs, you push this single right here. It's making its traction all over the world, basically. And this one right here has people questioning you and you, because I felt like you went and took your whole image and went somewhere else with it, you know. And we're talking about the song Little B. What? First of all, what's this Little B? What's that about?
Okay, so Little B is basically about this little bee that I actually ran into, literally.
Okay.
And you know, that day was interesting, and what brought me to it was actually, you know, a lot of challenging things that were going on in the day. And from there, I went outside. You know, when you get in fresh air, you know, you want to go outside. You go outside, you get the fresh air and the sun and all that jazz. And then from there, like, I saw this bee walking on the ground, and I was like, okay, I've never seen that before. And because most of the time,
Yeah, they flying.
They're always flying.
Oh, you about to
thank you. You trying to do all this and all that shit, whatever. You know, I don't have time for like flying insects, period. But anyway, it's about a little bit. And I saw it walk on the ground, and when I investigated it more, it actually had just one wing, and I was like, damn, this dude has one wing. And I was like, man, like it's purpose, like I say this, God always gives each and every being and everything in this world a purpose, you know, in life, you know what I'm saying? And so I immediately thought about that bee's purpose, and I was like, damn, like, you know, it can't even like do what it was called to actually do. And so then I thought about people in the world, and I connected that bee's soul to other people around. And then I just started writing from that. So that's what Little Bee is basically about.
Big shout to Little Bee. You know, this is listen, before we get into this video, people don't understand. When I was listening to like every track, you gotta understand, like at this time, I'm taking like this half-hour walk on the treadmill, right? I'm just telling you my day, right? This half-hour walk on the treadmill, playing Animal Crossing, okay? I'm not playing. This is facts, okay? I'm trying to catch up. And I'm listening to Little B, and I'm saying to myself, this dude's conversations with people have to start off awkward. Do you feel like that's how to? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a good conversation. I can have it with you. When I drive, I think about the millions of living things I have just passed versus the 40 cars that I just did. That's it, you know what I mean? I think about all that stuff. Now, if you're not too in depth with that, then maybe I'm fucking too sensitive or whatever. But at the end of the day, bro, a Little B and you got a hit record off of it, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But before everybody gets jokes on me and starts clipping my things, yes, I was on a half-hour walk. I was listening to JonoJono, playing Animal Crossing, and I was captivated. So if your music is not doing that for me, then sit the fuck down. But we're not gonna do all that. We're not gonna get gang because we're not about that right now. But this video and the visual, man, I really gotta give it up to your peoples, man, because it's like they really are going after what you want. And as you guys see this is the promo that we was running, where he was there, and there was a horse there, okay, a whole
fucking horse,
whole freaking horse, okay. But he's in Texas, okay, and he went to the Garden of Eden. Did you see that? But anyways, let's get to this video. JonoJono, this is Little B on QSJRadio.com.
Promise I don't work hard enough, talk large enough, what's meant to come up, provoke me with my words. I tell you, you like a dead tree, now I'm done breaking leaves. Social media's all but a fairy tale for many saying that I should with another path, be it with me. Trust yourself unlocks a better you, positivity brings out the better view. No, I say I have haters doing something right. Where are your wings? I see you walking low, I see you struggling, I see where on earth could you go? You looking blind, no place to fly, want to say what's on your mind, but can't risk your life. Wanna say what's on your mind, but I see you walking low, I see you struggling, I see where on earth could you go? You looking blind, no place to fly. Want to say what's on your mind, but can't risk your life. I'ma say what's on your mind, but can't risk your life.
I appreciate this time, and I'm having a great time so far. So I'm ready to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, we here. Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. JonoJono, that was Little B. If you guys weren't here before, this was inspired by a situation where he saw one of God's creatures. A little bee. And it was struggling. So what we're usually seeing, and you know, it's usually the natural, right? The natural outsides that we see as living naturally, you know. And when we see human beings, you know, we categorize our human beings like as we do insects, animals, all that stuff, blah blah. But you know, anyways, so he saw the little bee. The little bee ended up being handicapped. What I wanted to know is, did you take the little bee home? Did you? Don't tell me.
No, I did not. I'm too not about that life.
Germaphobe? Okay. Yeah.
I'm just not, like, you know what I'm saying? It's already enough that, you know, when you have their homeboys and their brothers and sisters, mamas and daddies flying at me and shit. So I didn't want to pick up, you know, their possible family member.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think that same thing too. Like, when I'm killing all these ants that are in my house, I'd be like, damn, their mom's gonna be mad as fuck. All sad. Or stuff like that. And people, I'm like, am I crazy? No, I guess I'm not. That's nice.
Not at all. But no, I didn't bring little homeboy in. But you know, I can say this. Actually, what really pushed the song to really be dropped was the fact that how well, you know, little homie actually stuck it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Literally at the time when I ran into this beat, like, this was like winter, fall. But, you know, Houston winter, Houston fall is like not like a New York winter.
No,
New York
it's not. It's like a spring.
Like a hot day. It's going to be raining. It's going to be cold. And it's going to be hot the next day. And then maybe you'll even get a little bit of all the elements in one day. Like, that's just kind of how the weather is. So I met this motherfucker like when it was hot at that time. And then later on it was cold. And then it got rainy. And then the next day it was like cold, and then it got like not as cold. It was just like so many elements, you know, this beat was dealing with. And I actually ran back into the same one about like 2 weeks later, and I was like, yeah, I have to finish this song. I need to, like, for real put it out, because I already recorded it and all that stuff. I just didn't mix it. But when I ran into him, I was like, okay, yeah, let me mix this, let me get this all the way done, because he's really inspired me to like really push it forward. And so nice. He was really inspiring for the song. I'm not going to sit here and like cap about that. Like,
yeah, that's nice. Big shout out to that. Imagine telling somebody like, yo, I'm about to make this song about ants part 3. We good. Imagine that, yo. Like,
you almost made me spit out my drink.
Yo, my bad though. Like, come on. Yo, and listen, I got a small bio from some of your PR, right? And I don't think that the wordplay is right. I'm not trying to knock nobody's stuff, but it does say something about experimenting the fusion of soulful melodies and aggressive vocals. Like, I feel like the experiment is already done. Like, you found your sound. You know to be yourself, and it has been accepted. I'm seeing thousands and thousands of shares, likes, there's the percentage of dislikes are at the 0.1%, which is usually a hater, which comes around and sees a vision of a man that has blonde hair and he's African American descent and he got his shirt off and it doesn't look right. Like R&B didn't have that before, like if we didn't have that before.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do people question you and your sexuality in the community that you're in?
No, not as much. I'm very comfortable for who I am.
I got that. Straight up.
Care. I really don't care because for me, like I'm the type of person that is very accepting of myself and others around me, and again, like I say, I always throw the Aquarius card because I appreciate the feeling of originality, the feeling of understanding, and the feeling of seeing someone for who they really are. I care about that the most. So yeah, people do ask. But I don't be like, I'd be like, yeah, but I'm who I am. Why the fuck you care? You listen to my song?
Let's get this stream. Like,
yeah, did you share my shit?
The fuck is he talking about, bro?
Listen a little bit yet? Why you want to know about my business? Like
yes, that's my titty. You good? Like, hit that share button. Like, the fuck, bro?
Like, if you want to know a little more about me, I need to see a little bit more response from your
side.
Like,
yes, everything.
Right here.
That's a definitely support fee right there. So, oh shit, I should use that support. But anyways, like, shout out to JonoJono. If you guys haven't yet, please follow him all over the place. JonoJono_official, almost everywhere. If anything, the underscore is not there. It's gonna probably be like on a Facebook or Twitter. What do you use the most right now?
I predominantly use Instagram the most. I engage with my fans predominantly there, and then also too with YouTube. I just hit a couple hundred subscribers there, so I'm just kind of growing that aspect because I get a lot of people who come and watch it, but they don't really much like subscribe to it. That's just a YouTube thing. It kind of takes a few more music videos, which y'all will get.
YouTube is looking lovely right now, so shout out to you for that, man. And it's if you guys are dissatisfied with what the hell we're talking about, please let us know what the hell you're listening to, because this dude right here killing it right now. The vibes is lovely. I love talking to him. And listen, so Little B is out right now. Is doing this move, and as I've seen, you've been pushing a little bit singles more and more, a little bit faster, right? So went from 2017, the EP was out all over the place. Then you went ahead and jumped on Spotify and jumped on all this stuff, blah blah. So what's coming up? What's some new projects we talking about? What are some new endeavors?
New endeavors. I would say that. Like I said that. A lot of projects. I actually have like 3 projects done. I'm not gonna lie. I have 3 projects worth of music at this point.
3 projects.
I have shit in my archives, but just as far as like listing and all that jazz, like that's for sure. And I know I'm gonna be dropping a single very soon. Definitely in this fall before it ends out. And also we have the visual ready for that as well too. More alternative, a little more upbeat for sure. Because I know lately I've been doing a lot of smooth stuff. Definitely have some rock music. I even have a whole project. One of those 3 is a rock project. A lot of live music, a lot of just heavy, notes. Basically, from what the description that she was talking about, it's like all of that. And it's actually in all 3 projects, but like more of that rock project for sure.
Definitely getting accepted by the industry as it is, because the people that hit me up only deal with people who are making moves that are going to captivate the world. So I appreciate them for hitting us up and introducing us to this side. And not only that, like it's really good to hear that we're going to the rock side. Like that's something I feel like I think you're gonna be in La La Land. Like,
oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, the only song that I actually have put out that has most of that energy in it, I would say, is my first song. It's called Life, and you know that has
yes,
like more.
and I was gonna talk to you. I was gonna talk to you about life. See, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. So, Life was released as a live song. It wasn't released as a studio track. It was released as a live song. Like what was that? What was that? I needed to know that. That when I heard that, I was like, okay, where's the original? There is none. There was a purpose for this. Why was that released live?
I wanted to make the live music video, the live situation first, because I wanted my fan base to understand who I really am as an artist. I wanted people to first know that I have my music and my content is going to be a very positive light, but then also too, it's going to be very heavy. And then also it's going to be very like vibey and like really soulful, all in that same place. So, you know, I basically just wanted to set a tone and let them know that I am a musician, let them know that, you know, this is what I'm going for. And this is still a baby from where I'm starting, and you will know where I'm going later on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's nice. Big shout out to that. Like, I'm gonna introduce you to who I'm going to be. that's lovely. Yeah. Shout out to JonoJono. If you guys please do me a favor and follow this kid. But I think that I didn't introduce you to something that we do to artists. Some people call this the hot seat.
Like the hot seat?
I don't know. This one is different.
We have now started our fast round, where our guests are asked a few questions about themselves that they wouldn't expect us to ask. Don't worry, it's not like that. Hope you didn't think we were that underground.
Alright. None of this is gonna get you in trouble. You good.
Hey, I like trouble. It's fun.
Oh my god. Freaking Aquarius, I'm telling you. So we're gonna ask you about 20 questions. Has nothing to do with the music. Just to get to know you a little bit better.
All right.
These are not meant to last forever either. Okay.
Okay. So like 1 to like 2. You know,
not words, but like sentences.
Like a sentence, like.
All right. So, what weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Oh shit! Oh my god! When I was a kid, I liked cheese and ketchup.
Cheese. All right. No judging. No judging here. No judging here. What social stigma does society need to get over?
Social fucking media.
Bro, for real. I was back in there today, like heavy, boom, 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 and they were like, "Yo, you alive?" The fuck?
Oh.
What are you talking about? I've been here. What food have you never eaten but would really like to try?
No, I've had calamari. Caviar.
Caviar. I don't even know what that is. Like
it's like eggs, like fish eggs. But I feel like it's nasty, but I'm just gonna say I want to try it because I kind of do, just so I can feel fancy.
Okay. Make sure you get that hashtag food porn on there.
I'm about that, you know.
Yeah.
What's caviar? Never ran into it. Yeah.
What's something you really resent paying for?
Resent paying for?
Yeah.
My bills.
For real, man. For real. You right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, come, really? To live?
To live. Why?
I gotta give you something fake to live real. That's crazy. But yeah, let's not get into that.
Okay.
What would the world populated by clones by you like?
It's gonna
clones
be
of you.
A lot of loud noise. A lot of sweets. A lot of running. and a lot of music for sure, but a lot of chill. A lot of people smoking. Everybody's smoking a lot.
Vibes.
Having a lot of good times and stuff. It's gonna be pretty chill, you know. Direction wise, as far as government wise, what's that? That's why I can answer that.
So that's funny because the next question is: do you think that aliens exist?
Yes, I do.
Bro,
I do. I really do believe that aliens exist. You know why? Because there's like hundreds and thousands of solar systems in this universe. You know what I'm saying? Like people be acting like, you know, this one solar system is like the most relevant. No, God keeps us very, very, very fucking far away for a very good reason, so that we don't interact with each other. So yes, 100%.
Big shout out to that. So what are you currently worried about?
This election.
Bro, all day. I was listening to I listen to a lot of talk radio. You know, I'm a radio guy. It's whatever. So and the only thing that they have on is this drama, right? And it seems a little insensitive. You know, somebody passed, you got to fill in the gap, all that, whatever they got to do over there in the White House. And it's like our or could I say the party's side, or that's most familiar where I grew up. You know, they're kind of looking at it like it's a sham, right? And then I'm looking at this lady and I'm like, yo, this. I don't think that people grew up to be part of some bullshit. Yeah. Like it's like that's when it starts getting a little too much. And even though that's something right there, I am worried. I'm worried that this dude, if he takes an L, that he will try to be on some Russian shit and act like he didn't win.
Did you see the fly that was on Pence's head?
Bro. Oh, I saw the memes, though.
But you know what? I'm just going to drop this one little seed, and I'm going to move on from this political topic.
Yeah.
Because I know I have many more questions to ask. This one little seed. Now, most of the time, those flies, and when they fly on people, that's very much I consider an omen. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Wow. Okay.
Next question. What is it?
What are some unusual places you've been?
What unusual places have I been? What places have I not been is the question. Most unusual place that I've ever been. I don't consider places unusual. I just blend into what it is. I don't freaking know.
Okay. Then, all right. I say Earth.
Answer the question without answering the question.
No, it's all right. Where do you get your news?
My news from actually Google News and Instagram. Shade Room.
Something to laugh at, right?
Yeah.
What are some red flags to watch out for in daily life?
Inconsistency. Disrespect. Yeah, bam, right there.
Yeah. Big shout out to everybody listening in. We're in the middle of we're 10 more questions away. What movie can you watch over and over without ever getting tired of?
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Funny as shit. Kristen Wiig, that shit is funny as hell.
QSJ Radio.
He's gonna get one of those. Okay. Bridesmaids. What?
It's funny. I think it's one of the
You know, for real, I don't even think I watched it. So maybe
you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about, because the shit is funny as fuck. I can't even lie. It's very, very, very funny.
Okay.
Like, you'll sit there, like, I don't know if you smoke or, like, you know, you drinking like that, but if you on one of those and you watch that shit, you're gonna be sitting here dying the whole time. Like, I promise you. Just trust me. I promise.
That's what's up. When you're old, what do you think children will ask you to tell them stories about?
stories about my parents, stories about my just musical journey, why I decided to, I don't know. I don't know. I'll wait like 50 years from now.
Okay. If you could switch two movie characters, what switch would lead to the most inappropriate movies?
So the most inappropriate movies. Now, categorize your version of an inappropriate movie.
I don't know. I'm old, so everything is inappropriate. So everything is not good.
Can I say the word pass for me not knowing the answer?
Yeah. That was crazy.
I really don't know. It's gonna come back to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's the answer." You know, like it's just like family.
Just text me.
Like African buzzer.
What inanimate object would be the most annoying if it played loud, upbeat music while being used? Who the fuck? Look, I'm gonna pass on that because
a phone. It like,
it does it right now.
Well, I mean, okay, never mind. Hold on. That actually was a terrible answer. I would say shoes.
Yeah.
Like imagine walking in them and you just have like the most random song that you do not want to hear, like or like a sandwich or something like that. Just some random shit. Oh, you know what? This scratch all those. I would say a light bulb, a lamp. Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Like if you turn a light on and it's like dark and all of a sudden you turn that bitch on and like all of a sudden you have like the most like metalist of metal song or like the poppest song play. Like that would be hilarious.
Big shout out to that. That's it. He took it to the 70s with that. I think they used to have those.
Oh, really?
When did I don't know. I'm not from the 70s.
I'll look that up just because you said something.
When did something start out badly for you, but in the end it was great?
This one show I actually did at White Oak Music Hall here in Houston. It actually started off really bad, really rough. Actually, it's probably one of the most roughest shows I actually did, but still turned out to be really good. I had a situation where one of the people in my band was, who was in my band. Let's make sure I emphasize that. Who was getting a little more turned up than everybody else, and that show started off rough. It did start off rough, but yet somehow I don't know what happened or what came across me and my bass player at the time. You know, we just kind of came together and just reformatted the whole entire show, and the shit just became like real hard. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, that shit was so fun!" Like, you know, people were like loud as shit during the show. Once we came like together, and I kind of like wrapped it up.
What animal would be cutest if scaled down to a size of a cat?
A panther.
A
cat. That's a cat.
This motherfucker. What? I needed one. I got one. Look.
For those who are listening to me, I know y'all like, damn, this nigga dumb as fuck. No, I would say, if I were to scale something down to the size of a cat, I would scale down a bear. Yeah, I'll scale down a bear.
Yeah. Little cutie. Teddy,
Yeah,
what up?
Yeah, look, Eddie.
If your job gave you a surprise 3-day pay break to rest and recuperate, what would you do with those 3 days?
Make music. A lot of it.
What's wrong but sounds right?
What's wrong but sounds right? Metal.
That's how you know he's part of a band, people. That's how you know. So I got one more, right?
All
And
right.
I usually end the show with this one, but We got a lot out. And if you guys are just tuning in right now, JonoJono, the single out right now, Little B. You're going to have to catch up to find out what the story's about. And if you're not, it is one of those songs that you try to take in for your own, perspective. So go ahead and stream him. He's on YouTube all over the place. You don't do that. Don't ask me for some support, especially if you're an artist. Don't do that. But this last question, it kind of goes to towards what our goal as this show is. What are some advice that you would give an artist that is just starting off or think they got it together? What are some encouraging words for the unsigned artists?
Please don't move so fast. Please don't sit there and expect yourself to be at a place within a short period of time. This is not a fast life type of world. I think that the more that you invest in taking your time, the more that you invest in really understanding who you are as a person, and also being fearless about that alone will push you further. Be confident in that as well too. That will also push you further. Shit is gonna happen. It will, and be ready for it. Just be wise and be patient. Be calm. Be meek in a time when it does, and be ready and have a plan B when that does happen. And I feel like the more fun that you have in the process of what you do, the more fun that you put into your craft, the more people will receive it, and more people will reciprocate from it. And the more honest that you are in what you say and what you do, people will reciprocate that better as well. If you try to put it on the front in the process of you being an artist and the process of you trying to brand yourself, you're just going to get followers. You're not going to get streams. Just FYI. People are going to love seeing you, but are they going to want to hear you? Are they going to really want to understand who you are through your music? I think that all those characteristics as a person is going to matter a lot more. So
big shout out to everybody listening in. JonoJono streaming all over the place. JonoJono official all over the place. Please do that. I did have one personal question, right? Because I've noticed something about Triple X and you. Triple X I never get his name.
6X
yeah. So what did that artist mean to you in his short time here with us?
Rest in peace, XXX. Just FYI, I want to let everybody know. I do love that artist very much. When I first ran into his music, when I first ran into him as an artist and got to know who he was, it actually inspired me because I didn't know what his sound was. I didn't know anything about it. But it was a really good feeling to know that somebody was pioneering a sound that I can relate to, and pushing forth a sound that many of our culture have pioneered. And he was making it mainstream, but God kind of was like, well, I need you to come back a little sooner than you think. So he placed a lot of gems, and I definitely would be honored to be placed in a place where in a sound that he was doing, and me be a part of that bracket, because I know that me and him have a lot in common as far as what we put out in our music, So I actually did a cover by him called "What Are You So Afraid Of," and I actually put that out on my SoundCloud, and it was reciprocated pretty nicely. More so on my social platforms, not as much as on my SoundCloud or anything like that. A lot of people were really digging just my spin on his sound, but I would really be honored if someday, when he does get like some kind of honorary award, like I would want to be one of those people to actually perform on his behalf, because I know that I would be able to like actually do verbatim what he was like wanting to go for, like, you know what I'm saying? working with Travis Barker and like other bands and shit like that. Like he knew what that alternative sound really was, and I wish I'd have had the time to like spin with him musically to where we could make something on the same plane, because I was really there with him when it came down to his project. So that's what's up.
Shout out to that, man. Rest in peace, Triple X. I can never say the last, but I know my children are big fans. You know what I mean? And shout out to that, man. Shout out to you, JonoJono, man. If I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us and share us. We're not here for this cover. We will end the show with the cover that we were just speaking about. We're here for Little B, and of course more songs that are coming. I'm just gonna throw them on rotation. As soon as they come, I'm just gonna be like, yo, it's out there. I don't care. I'm not even hitting nobody up. I'm just like, we're just grabbing it like that. We're just gonna support the best way that we can, and I hope the best for you, man, because I think you got it, and man, just you had me crying doing sit-ups, bro. Like that's a thumbs up for you though. Like, yeah, you better cry, motherfucker. That's what I was feeling. That's what I was. Right, I was like, this shorty looked at me like.
You asked me, homeboy, at the bench press, where's my tissue?
Nah, good. Follow the homie JonoJono. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm definitely delighted. I can't wait to come back. I had a really great time tonight, so I'm looking forward to next time for sure.
Yeah, man, we got you. And what the hell were you drinking?
I was drinking some Gloria Margarita.
Oh,
It's
okay. Okay.
a
little bit.
Wrong situation. 13% alcohol. It'll get you right after a good cup or two.
Okay.
So
At least you got. I'm over here drinking this water.
team healthy. I'll drink some water in just a second. I'll be right behind you.
And so shout out to everybody listening. JonoJono official all over the place. Please do me the favor. Just go head him up and shout out to the team and everybody. And here is JonoJono's cover of Triple X's What Are You So Afraid Of? And we'll do that for you, and we'll talk soon. You said something?
Wait, can they hear me?
They can. Don't worry. I'll talk to you later. I'm hanging up.
So afraid of, is it love or is it yes I am? What are you so afraid of? Is it love or is it yes I am?
JonoJono with his salute and cover to Triple X. You know, I could sit here and tell you that I had a lot of conversations on the show. I have. I could sit here and tell you that I've made a lot of friends. I have. But it's different when you're talking to someone you're a fan of. I don't know his travels. Texas, their unsigned world over there is ridiculous. I've been out there. It is nuts. So I can only imagine his findings of his fan base. But you know what? I appreciate him for continuing what he believes is the right sound to tell his story and tell yours and tell everybody else's. Because that is the voice of an artist. That is the keeping it real. That is where the song is taken and driven into your own perception. Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com, the unsigned artist.